Welcome back. When last we left off, we had stowed away on the elf ship. We had dispelled their glowing god spell. And now all we need to do is alert King Stephen that the ship is in flight. They have cloaked it so that it can't be seen, so we need to generate some kind of a signal. There is a strongbox, which is locked. I don't think we can unlock it. Unlock it with the shear? No, because it's too rusty and thin, and we would probably break the shear. What about the box, though? That's what I'd be thinking. It is weren't locked, it wouldn't be strong. Very profound, Lexi. You rip open one of the larger boxes. Inside, you find a strange device with 3 metal prongs, which crackle with electricity. A switch has been wired to its base. You shove the flimsy remains of the box to the side. There we go. This must be the electric zinger that Jar said that the gods stole. Because they like to experiment with this stuff. Let's take it. Carefully, you pick up the electric zinger. It tingles a bit, but doesn't deliver the shock you expected. I was wondering whether it would be safe, you know. Alright, let's activate it. You pull the switch attached to the electric zinger. As soon as the connection is made, the whole contraption flies out of your hand, bouncing off the walls and destroying sparks everywhere. It even briefly tucks itself back into the box, apparently. Evidently, the light and sound pouring through the portholes was enough to attract the attention of King Stephen's forces. They surround the ship in mid-flight, board her, and take the captured vessel back to the castle.
Congratulations. You actually succeeded. I didn't expect it, but I am pleased. Andrews and his men are safe. My thanks, friend.
Why did you give us a quest you didn't think we could succeed at, King Stephen? Yeah, so now we have some options. We could press the issue of a reward, but I think we'll be a little more passive.
My pleasure, Your Highness. I did put my life on the line, but it was worth it to serve you.
I certainly hope you aren't being sarcastic. My men gladly lay down their lives for me. That privilege is reward enough for them. I was going to offer something else, but that can be arranged.
Yes, I'll take it. Just kidding. Good evening, Doug. Doug, this is not some kind of death gate by my own estimation. I think they just use that title to sell the books. Because it has nothing to do with death.
Not only did you get your cousin back safely, but now you have an elven ship. I think you made out pretty well.
Very true. That elven ship will certainly come in handy, especially to infiltrate elven-controlled lands. You've proven your worth.
Thank you, my liege. Lexi, honestly, if I were the cousin trapped, none of my cousins would come get me. I doubt most of them would know who I am, but these are kings and such. They marry cousins. Excellent point, Lexi. Now that I marked this stream family-friendly, we can talk more about family relationships, can't we? Doug, sounds a little dishonest to me, yes. I assume he meant my comment about death.
Wasn't there something about making it worth my while?
You're correct. I'm not one to forget my promises when it suits me. What do you want?
So, we can ask for daughter, family-friendly. We can ask for treasure, information, or we could scoff at him. Maybe he'll give us even more. Probably not. Let's just go for the info.
Perhaps you could just supply some information.
Certainly. Tell me what you'd like to know.
You relate your experiences on Drevlin and explain that you're looking for an artifact that the Kixie Winsey may have buried somewhere. If that's true, only the Kixie Winsey can dig it back up.
I'm not sure how I can help you there. Even my learned wizard knows precious little about the Kixie Winsey. There is something I might be able to offer, though. The Kixie Winsey is an ancient Sartan artifact. Only the Sartan knew exactly what it did and how to control it.
That confirms that the Mangers were the Sartan.
Since they disappeared ages ago, all that remains are the books and documents they left behind, but they are very scarce. In fact, the only place you can find them is in the Tower of the Brotherhood.
Okay. So I thought all the parchment that Limbeck had was like the manual for the Kixie Winsey. Apparently it's not. However, we do know about the Tower of the Brotherhood from having read that book. Let's see what King Stephen says the Brotherhood is. The book told us it was an assassin's guild.
What's the Brotherhood?
The Brotherhood is a guild of assassins. They pride themselves on the completeness of their library. They've gathered information from every corner of Arianis. This includes all of the Sartan artifacts they could find. No other collection exists anywhere. If documents exist that discuss the function of the Kixie Winzy, they're in their tower.
Why is the Brotherhood the only place you can find these documents? Doesn't anyone else have a collection?
A long time ago, private researchers kept their own collections. They soon experienced very fatal accidents and their collections were appropriated by the Brotherhood. Pretty soon, whenever Sartan artifacts were discovered, they were delivered directly to the tower. Nowadays, the Brotherhood usually employs the researchers outright.
Makes sense. They really wanted to keep their information secret. Or rather, the information of others. Lexi, as my reward, can I have that pipe that the elves had? You'd think we might ask that. Although, did we ever see that pipe? I'm not sure we did. Or was it in the room with the Kixie Winzy that the gods were inspecting, and we didn't want to get it? No, maybe I'm just making that up.
Where is the tower located?
That's a problem. The tower is located in Skurvash, a smuggler's haven that lies on the border of elven and human lands. No nation governs that city. It's completely lawless. The Brotherhood has an iron grip on the place. Neither we nor the elves have been able to get a toehold.
Skurvash, eh?
Skurvash is a haven for criminals and cutthroats. It wouldn't be a problem, once there, to go about your business unnoticed. People go there for the anonymity. The problem is getting you there in the first place. Currently, the elves control space around that area. I can't sneak anyone in or out. Any ship with the markings of the Royal Fleet is attacked before it even gets near the city.
If only I had a... Oh, wait, what about that elven ship I just delivered to you? Period. Maybe.
What about that elven ship I just delivered to you? Couldn't that sneak me into Skurvash?
Yes, that's true. We've never had our hands on an elven ship before. They certainly wouldn't be expecting it, especially so soon after its capture. They'd have no reason to stop it from reaching Skurvash.
Sounds like we might have a deal.
Very well. It looks like my only alternative. Let's get going.
Very well. I will staff the elven ship with my own soldiers. They will fly the ship to Skurvash and wait there while you search for your documents. When you have completed your business, they will escort you back to Drevlin. I will assume that this clears me of my debt to you. I wish you luck, friend.
Did we establish why I can't just take my own ship? Anyway, does appear that we have a plan. He seems to have a lot of confidence that I'll be able to get the documents and not die trying. I don't know if I'm that confident. Look, Skurvash appears on the upper continent. You leave the King's Castle, reboard the Elven frigate, and discover that it's already manned by soldiers from the Royal Army. That was quick. A no-nonsense sergeant greets you and signals the others to lift off. I will stash the elven ship with my own soldiers. We'll use paper to make pointy ears. That's right. What else would he use those books for? None of them are interesting. Within a few hours, you leave behind all sign of human habitations on any of the floating landmasses. The only ships you see are of elven design. They let you pass unmolested, mistaking your ship for a member of their fleet. Soon, the sergeant points out a dark city on one of the floating islands. The ship glides towards it, but lands a couple of miles away.
We don't want to answer any questions at the regular port,
The
such
sergeant
as why
explains.
King Stephen's men are flying an elven frigate. Better you get a little exercise and walk into town.
Thanks, Sarge.
Come back when you've finished your business, and make it quick. Just being around elven space makes me nervous, but waiting so close to the Brotherhood is downright terrifying.
He waves his hands towards the seedy city in the distance and smiles. I have been accused of being this King Stephen, but sadly no. As you can see, they didn't get my visage quite right. Also, we got 10 points for all of that. Oh, this music. It's excellent. All right. We will attempt to save here. I suppose he must be. Alrighty. Well, we're still on the ship, so we can head downstairs. The whole group of soldiers is gathered in the small quarters to play cards. You can't even fit through the door. Alright, well, let's head up. We can't go either way? Oh, we can go down. Alright. This was the slave galley. It is empty now, but filled with King Stephen's men when the ship is in motion. I see. So they're not using slaves. Right, because it was restaffed. We still have the zinger. And these other things are just supplies. Well, maybe we'll be able to open that box eventually. Who knows what it has? Do you think it has the other pipe? That doesn't seem valuable enough to keep in that box. The ship's deck overlooks a small city. A rope ladder drops to the ground and stairs lead elsewhere on the ship. Yeah, we're looking off the other side of the ship now, aren't we? He's not technically using slaves, right? The gods used slaves. But I hear King Stephen won't abolish the draft, so... yes. Alright. Let's get seedy. The Tower of the Brotherhood looms over a plaza flanked by a tavern and an alley. A child plays quietly to one side. Okay. Well, it didn't take us long to find the Tower of the Brotherhood. It's right there. And there are 4 directions we can go from here. There's a waif. And we got a doll, and that doll appears to be kind of sentient, almost, maybe? Let's look at the Brotherhood Tower. The Tower of the Brotherhood looms over the plaza, much as the Brotherhood's influence is felt throughout this realm. There is no obvious way inside. Oh, I missed a panel, darn it.
Oh, sir, would you please get my doll back? I couldn't possibly go in there. It's far too dark and scary.
I'm sorry I skipped that. But presumably it was describing that the doll went into the alley? The tower's a metaphor. Okay, should we help this waif? I'll go, but we'll make it... we'll guilt trip him, kinda. We can pass on it. We can ask him for a reward. Or we can just shrug him off. Do unto the waif as you would have the waif do unto you. Let's see what happens if we say we'll do it later.
I would, but I'm kind of in a hurry. Perhaps later.
Of course, good sir. I understand. I'm sure if my father was still alive, he'd get it. But I can't expect you to take responsibility for me. Thank you anyway, sir. I hope your business turns out well.
So there was a guilt trip in this conversation. Alright, you just stay there, waif. I'll help you in a minute. Sometimes you need to have that ping of despair before the pleasure comes and fills your soul. See if we can go in the tavern. The Devil's Workshop has a large, dirty common room, populated by people you'd never want to meet. Alright, let's meet them. The 2 men look at you, then at each other, then start laughing. One of them takes out a sharp knife and fingers it. You decide to leave them alone. Hi, bartender.
Yes? How can I help you?
Give me a drink, bartender. Gee, sir, I'm sorry for not realizing how busy a man such as yourself must be. If I had a father, I'm sure he'd be busy too. That doll is the last thing I had of my father before he died of murder. Doug, thanks for booting Lexi's comment out of the chat window. The Devil's Workshop is populated by all manner of tough, street and otherwise. Yes, exactly. I was instantly reminded of this scene by that scene, of course. Not to mention that alley by this alley. Doug, ignorance is no excuse. Wow, those stairs fortunately weren't as steep as I know that they're not existing. Anyway, this bartender is certainly kind to give us this much attention.
I'm looking for some information.
Information, eh? That doesn't come cheaply. Do you have any money?
Well, not at the moment. Can I run a tab?
Credit? In Skurvash? You're a funny guy. You're also a deadbeat. Will there be anything else, or should I just throw you out now?
He has like a slight Native American accent or something. Anyway, let's compliment him.
Nice place you've got here.
Thanks. I certainly hope you aren't being sarcastic. This is the only tavern in town, and I'm very proud of it.
He actually accepted the compliment.
Give me a drink.
Haven't we established that you are completely broke? Now, will there be anything else?
Wow, what kind of machine learning is going on here? He actually remembered that I was broke? Siri can't even do that. Alright, let's ask about the other dude.
Who's that guy over in the corner?
That's you, the Hand, a member of the Brotherhood. He's been sitting at that table on and off for the last few weeks. I think he's scouting for prospective new members. A bunch of cutthroats have approached him about it, but he's turned all of them away. Some violently. I think he's looking for something special.
He's from the Brotherhood. That's you, the Hand. Prospective new members, eh? Do we have what it takes to be a brother? Also, thanks for the information. Looks like we didn't have to give you any money for it.
Never mind, I'm not as thirsty as I thought.
Very well. Stop back sometime.
This guy seems like a bit of a gem. Bit of a diamond in the rough, actually. Let's see. Talk to Hugh or attack? Which one is smarter? Let's just talk to him.
What do you want? No, cancel that. I don't want to know. All I want is for you to get away from me. I've no time for all of you amateur cutthroats and gutter snipes. Leave me alone.
No, cancel that request. See? This scene foretells Siri. Oh god, a new thing to say to my brother. Family friendly. Let's see now. Oh, we can look at the bar. A wooden bar stretches across the length of the room. A large, dangerous-looking bartender eyes you warily from behind it. He doesn't sound dangerous. Now, in the original Deathgate novel series, Hugh the Hand, this guy, is one of the main characters. I'm not sure if he just figures into the first book of the series prominently, or if he stays with Haplo throughout the whole series. He might, actually. He's certainly much more important than he is in this game, where he plays a bit more of a bit part. Okay. Oh, I see. So, is this... I mean, look at the directions we have available here. This might be a time to use the map, which I've never used. Okay, so there's the tavern. We can't go up to the Brotherhood Tower. We can go west into the alley, or north, or southeast, that is, into goodness knows where. Let's try it. Oh. The house looks expensive. More so than even its closest neighbors, but is also abandoned. There's a house here. That's a little strange. Look at the statue. Excuse me. The statue is the kind of lawn ornament that you'd expect from someone with a lot of money to burn. And then again, who else would have lawn ornaments in the first place? Wait, they're both spelled ornament. Is that... Ornament is just an incorrect spelling, I think. That's weird. Yes, we'll get to Wavehelm. I tried putting the statue on the door, but oddly it didn't work. The door is securely locked against people just like you. Window? Windows not going. The windows are as open as they're going to get, which is to say, not at all. People with lots of money are likely to burn lawn ornaments. What's up here? Just the house again. Do we have a get in-house spell? And we can go east from here too? The merchant store has been securely locked against people just like you. There's a merchant store? People with lots of money can afford mistakes like ornaments. Alright, let's do it, waif.
Please help me get my toy back, good sir. It would mean the world to me.
Alright, in we go. It's probably just a perfectly normal alley. Look, there's the toy. Gah! What happened? You wander into the dark alley chasing after the scuttling toy. Its tiny legs don't move particularly fast, so catching it isn't a problem. When you pick it up, you catch a glimpse of rune markings carved into the wood. Doesn't surprise me. But before you get a chance to examine them further, a heavy rope net falls out from the shadows. The child who, not a moment ago, was crying over his lost toy jumps on top of you and beats you relentlessly with an iron bar until you collapse on the ground. He starts to rifle through your clothing, grabbing any object that he discovers. Hey, dude. Yeah, let's talk to ya. We can negotiate. That was the game's fault that time. Shut up, I'm busy here and I hate to talk while I work. The street rat is definitely talented in his field. In seconds, he has stripped you of all your possessions. Oh, good. Well, there's one thing I can think of to do. Fortunately, we've had a bit of an education lately. And we have a spell which, presumably, as long as we can make physical contact with a person, can switch places with them. Waif, I'm proud of you, son. While the young thief paws through your valuables, you take the opportunity to hang the swap spell in the air and grab onto his searching hand. His eyes grow wide as the spell takes hold. With an implosion of air, you and the street rat switch positions. He crouches on the ground, trapped inside of the heavy net, while you stand above him. The street rat looks up at you in amazement, surprisingly unafraid, but a little desperate. Hey there, buddy.
You're a wizard! A wizard hasn't been seen in Skurvash since far before I was born. Why are you here?
Lexi says, the boy's eyes meet yours before welling up with tears. Father? He whimpers. And that's the end of the game. You're a dad now. That would be a surprise ending, which would also diverge from the novels. Well, it looks like he's in a bit more of a mood to talk while he works now. Let's see if we can beat him with our hammer. Not this time, Douglas.
Never mind about me. Who exactly are you? And don't give me the helpless waif story again.
I'm not helpless. But I am without parents, if that's what you're asking. I've carved out a life for myself from the streets. I use scams like this one to stay alive. I know all of the dark and secret corners of Skurvash. If you're here looking for something, you'll need a guide. I can help. If you're new to this town, you'll get nowhere without me. Let me go, and I'll help you.
Well, he's incredibly well spoken. And he's dressed a bit like the Artful Dodger kind of a style. And also he just moved his eyes in a complete circle twice, which is a little odd, but it does still give him a bit of a human quality. Lexi says you can't afford to get hammered, and you can't afford to get other people hammered either. Doug says I'm a helpful waif. Lexi says he's not a waif, he's a scamp. Right. It's the helpful scamp story. You pounded me with an iron pry bar. Iron pry bar, eh? I kind of want that to use on the lock on the chest. I wonder if that's something that will happen. Let's be frank.
Sure. I've got no reason not to trust you. You just led me into a trap and tried to steal everything I had.
That's what I do. You looked like an easy mark, so I tried to shake you down. Now that I know you're a wizard, I'd be a fool to turn on you. My offer stands. Release me and I'll help you.
What do you think, folks? 20 points. You lift the net off of the child. Some hidden pulleys draw it up high into the shadows of the alley. True to his word, the street rat doesn't run off. Instead, he produces everything he stole from you. Then, shuffling down the alley, he flips aside a greasy blanket to reveal a hole in the wall. He enters and motions you to do the same. Excellent. Now we can see all of the things he's collected. All he wants is an apple. He saw you walk into town and he was like, this rube looks like he just got out of a labyrinth. Exactly. This rube, eh? Is that like a noob for fantasy? Trash. Look at the trash. Skurvash is in dire need of a trash collector. Currently, this alley holds a position. Get the trash, come on. One man's trash. You paw through a few pieces of the trash but find nothing useful. Can we go to the far side of the alley? I guess we can't. Yet there are still 3 ways to leave from here, apparently. East is out of the alley. West, not sure. Let's try west. You start to wander down the alley, but end up splashing through the progressively deeper puddles of some unidentifiable liquid. You really don't like what it smells like, though, so you turn back before you get soaked. I see. So we're a little bit, faint-hearted. Or at least faint-nosed. It's a country bumpkin, supposedly, or in this case, a labyrinthian bumpkin. Rich labyrinthian bumpkin. Alright, let's go into the tunnel then. Hee-hee! He has a nice little place. And he's looking much more like he owns himself now. This dirty chamber isn't much bigger than a crawl space. It's crowded with the street rat's possessions. Wait, hang on. Let's not talk to him yet. Let's see what we can see. Junk. Pry bar. His favorite friend. Can we take this thing, or is he going to stop us? You snatch the iron bar from the ground. It's no stranger, as the street rat formally introduced it to your face back in the alley. When the boy sees that you've taken it, he starts to say something, but stops and looks very embarrassed. I guess he thinks that he owes us that. Alright, let's converse with the boy.
I'm willing to help you, but first I want to know what the job is, and what's in it for me.
That would be his attitude.
In it for you. I just let you out of your own trap. Don't you think that's enough?
No. I appreciate you letting me free, but if I'm going to risk my life on whatever job you have planned, I need a cut. And if you're going after what I think you are, there should be plenty to go around.
He's got instincts. What am I supposed to hit people with now? My fists? What do you think this job is?
What do you think this job is?
It seems to me that there's only one target worth the attention of a wizard. You're intending to break into the Tower of the Brotherhood. You must know that no one has ever made it into the tower and back out alive. You might not know how many have tried.
4 have tried.
Rumors
4.
of the Brotherhood's treasure have spread throughout the realms. Thieves, from third-rate pickpockets to practiced artists, have attempted to steal it. Usually, the less talented ones are turned away at the front of the tower. There is no obvious way to get in. Only the members of the Brotherhood know how to enter.
He's read the game's text, and he knows there's no obvious way to get in. Also, I have no idea how many people have tried it previously. Probably more than 4.
Some make it inside. Every few months, a new body is found in the town square, the result of another robbery attempt. Usually, the Brotherhood takes care of its own disposal, but these bodies are left as messages to every other would-be thief.
I see how it is.
In short, no one has ever succeeded. If this is your plan, you're going to need my help. Even a small cut of the tower's famed treasure would set me up for life.
All right.
What can you do for me that makes you worth all of this?
I have contacts and information about the Brotherhood that all of the previous thieves lacked. If I was helping them, they might have succeeded.
His animation is much better than before. Wasn't sure about those searching eyes. Okay.
All right, I'll give you what you want. What can you tell me about this town? How can you help?
What do you need to know?
We know what the Brotherhood is and what they do. We've heard it from the book, we've heard it from King Stephen, but let's get a third opinion. Especially because this is the guy who's actually going to help us.
What is the Brotherhood? What does it do?
You must know about the Brotherhood. At least you must have heard about them. The Brotherhood is a guild, much like craftsmen or merchant guilds, only it is a fellowship of skilled assassins. Whenever you want someone dead, for sure, take out a contract with the Brotherhood. Their information network reaches into all the nations, human and elven. In fact, the Brotherhood is the only guild that employs all races without prejudice, even in times of war.
Interesting. All right. How do you get inside? Let's start hearing some facts.
How do you get inside the tower?
I don't know the method that the members use to get into the tower. I've examined the exterior, and I haven't found any entrance. But I've thought about this. Only the members of the Brotherhood can get in. So the answer is to become a member of the Brotherhood.
He really keeps it simple.
You're new. Nobody knows you. You might be able to pull off something like this. As it happens, an assassin, a member of the Brotherhood, hangs out at the Devil's Workshop. His name is Hugh the Hand, and he's actively recruiting. It's not easy to catch his eye, and harder to have him sponsor you.
We know that much. So what would get his attention?
How do I get this Hugh the Hand to sponsor me?
Hugh is looking for only the most talented thieves and murderers. You'll have to do something extravagant to catch his eye. What that may be, I don't know. Perhaps if you stole something rare or valuable.
Maybe?
What exactly is the Devil's Workshop?
It's a tavern in the center of town. Low-life scum throughout Skurvash collect there to meet contacts, do business, and get drunk. In fact, the workshop's bartender is the most successful fence in town. The fastest and cleanest way to unload stolen merchandise is by selling it to him.
The most successful fence? Is that a term for a bartender or something? And we can sell it to him if we have it. He's looking for only the most talented thieves and murderers. He's been after me to join since I was 4. You'd think maybe he would have been. Oh, that guy did an interesting kind of gaze to the ground move. Like he's sizing us up. A fence is a person who you can sell stolen goods to, I see. Then perhaps I'll take a fence when I have something to sell to someone. That's it, that's the joke.
Who are your contacts? What do they have to offer?
I know someone who was once a member and knows the entire layout. Undoubtedly, he'll be able to give me some vital information. I also know a talented craftsman who can forge any specialized tools that you may need. Unfortunately, both of those people are going to ask for a lot of money. Unless you've got a stash that I couldn't find, you're going to have to come up with some.
So, he knows one person who knows the layout of the tower. He knows another person who can make any tool that we need. Interesting. But they both need money.
All right, that's all I need. I'm ready to go.
Very well. In order to help you any more, I'm going to need some upfront money. If you get some, bring it here, and I'll get to work on getting the information and tools that you'll need once you're inside the tower. Good luck.
Thanks, kid. I become Fagin. I am become Fagin. All right. Oh, wait a moment. Look at the doll. The doll is carved from wood. It is vaguely human. It has 2 legs, 2 arms, and a head, but lacks any specific features. A rune structure has been carved onto its back. You assume that it is the spell that keeps it moving. I have learned a spell. Let's check. No, not swap. Motion. Fortunately, you can skip through this stuff. There it is. That looks a lot like another spell we know. I called the other spell the beaky one, but this one looks even beakier. Motion. This spell can only be cast upon things with at least a basic humanoid form. As long as the target object is touching the ground, the spell forces it to walk, usually in random directions. If the object is not suited for such activity, such as it has no movable joints, serious damage may result. Alright. Will I die if I cast it on myself? You cast the spell on you, but you aren't an inanimate object with a humanoid form, so the spell has no effect. Steve has learned to spell. Well, there are some statues here. And they're vaguely humanoid. Could we... You cast the elbow pipe spell on yourself. You elbow the pipe. The statue is on a pedestal too high off the ground for the spell to take effect. Oh, so the humanoid form needs to be touching the ground. Your head makes a satisfying kunk sound as the pipe hits it and die. Let's have a little marmalade. There we go. You have to keep your energy up. Still not sure what this parchment is going to do for us. It has a survey map of Drevlin. It shows the location of all major mineral deposits. Maybe it is something that Kixie Winsy can use. If it has mineral deposits, can we enter the house? Yeah. Well, it looks like the tavern is our place to be. Let's talk to Hugh again. Let us in, Hugh.
I already told you to leave me alone.
Wow, he sounds very tone-draggy this time. We could hit him with an iron bar. Maybe the bartender will do something for us now.
Yes? How can I help you?
I'm looking for some information.
Information, eh? That doesn't come cheaply. Do you have any money?
Offer the bartender the marm.
Of course I do. Do you think I'd ask if I wasn't prepared to pay?
Very good. Let's see your stash.
Let's see your stash.
I must have left it in my secret hiding place.
Well, that doesn't do you much good here, does it? When you have your money here, let's talk. Until then, is there anything else I can help you with?
Never mind, I'm not as thirsty as I thought.
Very well. Stop back sometime.
I like that he is that friendly, though. I really do. Well, we do have an iron bar. But we also need a way to get Hugh's attention. Maybe a magic spell could do it, too. Oh, and we have the Tower of the Brotherhood book with us. I forgot about that. Let's use the pry bar on the windows. You toss the pry bar against the window. No, that's not what I want. Okay, I don't think that's happening then. There's no separate U's. Break the door with the pry bar? Break the lock with the pry bar? Let's give it a shot. You pound on the lock with the pry bar, but only succeed in denting it. This is no cheap lock. Well, we can also go back to our ship and try it on the lock on the strongbox, finally. He doesn't care about spells, only thievery and murder. If you kill the bartender and steal his alcohol, Hugh will be impressed. Maybe. No, go down, silly. You slip through a wooden door in the rear of the galley. The ship's hold is fairly barren. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Come on, iron bar. Come on, text. All right. Break the strongbox with the pry bar. Break the lock with the pry bar. Let's do it. Yes! You slip the pry bar between the lock and the strongbox lid. With a firm twist and a grunt, you break the lock and the pieces fall to the ground. 10 points. Open it. Oh, yeah. When it does have the pipe in it. Awesome. You snatch up the contents of the strongbox, the sack of gems, and the tea pipe. Look at it. A burlap sack. Take two. A burlap sack holds a collection of cut and uncut gems, possibly stolen from the dwarves. Yeah, that's convenient, isn't it? Alrighty. Are we gonna have to give away all our money? The kid wants some, and the bartender wants some. Let's give our money to the kid. I hate that the game stops those from sounding. You're on the right track, but stolen jewels won't do me any good. You might try to fence them for some cash. Take them to the Devil's Workshop. The barkeep might be able to help you. All right. All right, barkeep. Here you go.
I've got something that I want to sell.
I'd be happy to take a look at it. Let me see. These are dwarven relics. Where did you steal these? They'd be worth more if there wasn't a glut of dwarven artifacts right now.
He scans the room as if challenging anyone to call him a liar.
I'm a little short of funds just now. This is all I can afford for them.
He begins to stack coins onto the bar. As he does so, all the eyes in the room are on you, including those of the dark figure in the corner who has been studying the entire exchange. As you pocket the money, the dark figure motions you over. 10 points. Excellent.
Well, that's a very impressive haul. Dwarven relics, eh? Even I would have a tough time coming by something that rare.
Well, that's because you're not a master thief, sir.
I admit it took a little doing.
I like you. You don't reveal too much in casual conversation. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hugh the Hand. I represent the Brotherhood, and I'm currently recruiting new members. I'm impressed by your style. Would you be interested in joining?